At center stage of the infield, Craig Stammon finds a rare perspective with a lasting pitch.
To be able to challenge yourself out on the mound and be able to take on the best players in the world. You're out to prove yourself, out to prove that you belong. Whatever happens on the baseball field, it's not going to matter knowing that Jesus says yes to you in heaven.
The San Diego Padres middle reliever and spot starter shoulders a heavy load of innings as the team's durable, effective, and savvy veteran.
What is the one pitch that served you well over the years?
It's my sinker, my two-seam fastball. It's when I get in a sticky situation, 9 times out of 10, that's what I'm going to. Not necessarily always for the strikeout, but I know it's an effective pitch that I can locate. It gets a lot of outs for me. I've been blessed to be able to have a lot of movement. It just comes and tails and drops 5-6 inches right at the last end, and they usually beat it into the ground for a ground ball.
Is it difficult for you to surrender the ball and release its results?
I think that's the only way to pitch or to be sane while pitching. Really, the only thing that I can control is got the grip, got our mindset on throwing that pitch exactly where we want to at that time, and we let it go. You've got to throw every one like it's the, last out of the World Series.
A performance-based business, where does your affirmation come from?
It's a good question. I like having success on the mound. I'm working hard to have that success, but I know the results aren't determining whether or not I'm a beloved child of God. So I think remembering that on a constant daily basis, being strong in the Word and understanding the real truth gives you a whole lot more peace and joy when you're out there being able to do something that God has blessed you to do.
You come alongside young pitchers to help them mute that voice of doubt. What do you do to reaffirm that voice of belief?
Yeah, and it's probably the hardest thing to do with baseball. We all think it's physical out there on the mound, but most of it's in our head. And, to get rid of that doubt is basically how you find success. And knowing that you can trust the abilities that you work on a daily basis, it's fun to just go out there and use them and see if they're good enough.
What does a small town Ohio guy like best about playing in San Diego?
It's different, and both worlds are the best. I can go back to Ohio and live in that small town and be in the middle of nowhere, have nothing but a cornfield in front of me. Or I can come back to San Diego, get to play in the sunshine, the beach, anything at your disposal, play golf whenever you want, and be at this beautiful park, Petco Park. You realize the vast blessings this world provides.
The ultimate professional in a clubhouse setting, to be a leader there, what is it?
I think authenticity is the number one trait that I like to have within the clubhouse and my friends and family. I hope that who I was when I was 21, personality-wise, the same guy I am after so many seasons in the major leagues. I am who I am, and I want to be authentic, and that attribute has definitely helped me be a leader amongst my peers and help them feel more comfortable when they're around me.
What is it about Jesus Christ, Craig, that has impacted your life?
It's turned into my whole entire life. When you're younger, you think of it as an aspect of your life. And I think when I truly became a follower of Christ is when it became a part of every part of my life. Anything that I did, do, will do, ever do, centered around Jesus and his unconditional love. The importance of how I grew up in the faith, Jesus being at the top of everything, a part of everything that we did, how my parents raised me, has been the greatest gift that I've ever been given.
2 Timothy 1:7.
God did not give us a spirit of fear. That verse I say to myself right before the inning starts on the mound. There's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of fear of failure that goes along with baseball. Timothy, he was known for being timid, and he had to be stronger in his faith to be able to proclaim the good news to the new Christians of that time. And so my little piece of that is out there on the mound. I've got to have that faith that I know who my Savior is.